This video we will solve a numerical problem on budget deficit and surplus. The question is, suppose the consumption function is C is equal to 100 plus 0.8 y subscript d. C denotes the consumption, y subscript d is the disposable income. If investment is 50, government spending is 200 and tax rate is 0.1 of income, we have to calculate the value of budget deficit or surplus. We need to find out which of the options is correct. Okay. So first thing is we should know what is meant by budget deficit. Okay, and let me write it here. Okay, so budget deficit occurs when tax revenue is less than government spending, and budget surplus occurs when tax revenue is greater than government spending. Okay, now what we are being given here, let us see. We are being given the consumption function. Let me write it here. C is equal to 100 plus 0.8 y subscript d. This is our consumption function. Investment is also being given us as 50. Government spending is 200 and tax rate is 0.1 y. Okay, so first thing is we need to find out the equilibrium level of income. How do we calculate? Simple thing, that is our total income should be equal to consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure plus government spending. Okay, now y will be equal to what is consumption function, that is this 100 plus 100 plus 0.8 y subscript d. What is y subscript d? That is disposable income, which is equal to, okay, our total income when we subtract when we subtract the taxes from the total income, we get the disposable income, and we can write it in this fashion: y subscript d will be equal to y minus the tax rate is being given us as, so in place of t we have 0.1 y, 0.1 y. So this will denote our y subscript d. So in place of y subscript d, I can write y minus 0.1 y plus we have the investment spending, which is 50, plus government spending, which is 200. Okay, now let us solve it. So we have 100, 50 and 200. So zahat tagi 300, that is 350. That means our y will be equal to 350 plus 0.8 y minus 0.1 y, it comes out to be 0.9 y. Okay, so what is 0.8 into 0.9? So it is 8 upon 10 into 9 upon 10, which comes out to be 72 divided by 100, which comes out to be 0.72, 0.72. Okay, so we will get y is equal to 350 plus 0.72 y. Now what will we do? We simply transpose this term to LHS, that is y minus 0.72 y should be equal to 350. Okay, now when we subtract 0.72 from y, we will get 0.28 y is equal to 350. Okay, so that implies our y will be equal to, so 0.28 can be written as 28 divided by 100. Okay, so y will be equal to 350 times, when I transpose it, it will get, so this is 28 divided by 100. When we transpose, it will get reciprocated and multiplied, so it will become 100 divided by 28. Okay, so we have here 7 4s are 28, 7 5s are 30, 7 zeros are 0, so this comes out to be 4 1s are 4, 25s are, that means our equilibrium level of income will be equal to, we have 0 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, 11 12. We got 1250 as our equilibrium level of income. Okay, so now we need to calculate government spending that is being given us. So government spending is being given us as 200. Okay, so G is 200. We need to calculate the tax revenue. Now we can calculate tax revenue. So tax revenue will be equal to the tax rate, that is 0.1 times the equilibrium level of income. Okay, which implies our tax revenue will be equal to 0.1 can be written as 1 upon 10, and equilibrium level of income we got 125 not, so this gets cancelled. That means our tax revenue will be equal to 125. Okay, now let us see. uh, Tax revenue is 125. Okay, let me write it here. So in place of t we have 125, and g is being given us as 200. Obviously 125 is less than 200. That means our government spending is greater than the tax revenue. When government spending is greater than tax revenue, which we got here, government spending was 200, and the value of tax revenue we found out it is 125. Okay, obviously we will have the deficit. Okay, and then magnitude of deficit will be equal to the difference between tax revenue and government spending. That means our budget deficit will be equal to you know uh, t minus g, or g minus t, since we have made sure that we have here deficit, and the magnitude of deficit will be 200 minus 125. This comes out to be 75. Okay, so the correct option should be a deficit of 75. Let us see, we have any option. Yes, we have. That means we will have a budget deficit of 75.